thing I saw you write about, or it might have been in a report or in your book, but it was about the concept of buying the listing. You use that phrase, and I've heard it talked about substantially in real estate circles before. For our viewers, can you explain what buying the listing is and why it's such a, I suppose, easy trap for young players, as far as sellers are concerned, to fall for? What is it first?
Well, it's the single biggest problem I find that a seller has made when they've appointed the agent. Now, it happens, it's almost a matter of procedure for some agents to go to the seller and quote a very high price of what they can get for the property, or listen to what the seller's dream price and say, yes, of course we can get that.
Right.
So effectively they're overpricing the property. Now, it's you've got to remember that the market we're working in it's a very educated market. There's so much statistics and data available to all sales in an area. Most of the buyers are very, very educated on what that property is likely to sell for in that area. So but the agent there's still agents out there that will take on that property at any price. And what they spend the next 2 or 3 weeks doing is beating up on their sellers to make them come down to the market value. Now, what usually happens at that stage is that, so after the first open home, the agent will ring up the seller and say, look, there was no one there. I think your property is worth that price, but the market isn't accepting it. We'll have to come down with the price. And if you're still not down to the market value, the same thing is going to happen next week. The agent will be on the phone to you saying, look, there was no one there. We're going to have to reduce our price. I thought it was worth that, but the market's not doing it. But what's really happening there, you're wasting the 1 or 2 weeks of the most important part of the marketing processes, which when it first comes on the market. Now, what you've got to do as a buyer is you can say that, look, 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom in that area, I've got to go and have a look at it, as opposed to 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom in that area, oh, they're kidding themselves. They're dreaming.
The old castle
they're
analogy.
dreaming. And that's where the educated market comes in. So what happens, you're not going to get anybody to the open home, or very few people. You're not going to get the genuine buyers that will probably, this could be their dream house, but they may have missed it by putting the wrong amount into their search engine, so they're not even going to see it. So by the time people have seen the property, it's been on the market for a few weeks, and the buyers are naturally thinking, well, why has it been on the market so long? I noticed there's been 2 price reductions, so they're already thinking bargain hunting. So they're coming to beat you down on your price. What happens if it's been on the market too long? It's quite often going to sell for much less than it would have sold for if it had been properly priced in the first place.
They measure those statistics, and that's clear. The longer it's been on the market, the further away from the asking price it ends up getting, and that's a fact. So, do you think, and this is the hard question that I know it's only an opinion, but you mentioned before that you suspect in some cases it's a matter of procedure to do it. Do you think it's naive enthusiasm, perhaps naivety or ignorance, that they don't know that they're overpricing, that they genuinely think it was worth that, or do you think it's most of the time a tactic that they know exactly what they're doing?
Look, I actually think it's a tactic, they know what they're doing. So agents do a lot of research in the property. As the seller, it is up to you to make sure that they can justify their price. Now, you can do your own research as much as you can, but ask the agent to justify it. Now, if there's not similar sales in that area of a similar property around that price, well, you've really got to argue: are they telling you a story, or can they generally get that price? By the same token, if they can justify or show you incidents where they've got way above the figure, way above the reserve, or way above their asking price, consistently, time after time, well, they probably are worth their fee and worth going for.
And that's what I was going to ask you, is how do we ascertain the difference of someone buying the listing versus someone like yourself who kind of, as a matter of procedure, does achieve that? And so you've answered the question I had going on in my head. How do I tell the difference between the Peter Morrell and the one who's...
Again, the video testimonials help with that.
Yeah, nice.